The month of September has finally concluded, perhaps one of the most frustrating of 2019, but now November is right around the corner and it's looking like an incredible month. Today I will be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of November. If you're not into reselling, that's completely fine. You could use this as a guide to know what are going to be the most limited sneakers, what are going to be the most hyped, or even what popular general releases you should wait for a sale price on, because hey, we're all trying to save a little bit of money here and there. To be specific, I will be going over the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether they will be profitable or not, or in fact, even if they will sit on shelves. Some things will change, of course, throughout the month, along with some new releases, so feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications just so you're 100% updated on any upcoming hyped releases. Prior to beginning November, let's discuss the very end of October, October 31st, Halloween. The Night of Mischief SB Dunks still have yet to drop at some retailers. Since they're a general release, it's been pretty messy and a lot have already dropped. But retail is only $100 and they will be extremely profitable with a decent margin because of that very low retail, so you should certainly be going for these. Then the evening of the 31st and November 1st, the Nice Kicks Ultra Boost will have their worldwide release for $180. Despite being extremely profitable on their initial drop, only expect around small profit for these, nothing too significant unfortunately. Now, also November 1st for $130, guys. November 1st and November 2nd, you'll notice, pretty hectic, but anyway, the Air Force One Low What the LA is dropping. As you guys know, the What the New York City performed very, very well, and so did the What the LA's after they had the sneakers stash. So you should still expect these to be extremely profitable, quite reminiscent of the What the New York City Air Force Ones. Also, November 1st for $220, the human-made Pharrell Williams NMD will drop. Some sizes you can get for under retail right now on secondary market platforms, so it's highly suggested you only go for these for personal uses, not for resale purposes. Another November 1st drop for $140, the Jordan 1 Fearless should drop. Despite it not being the most attractive sneaker to most people, there is still small profit to be made in sizes under 10. Another November 1st drop, I told you guys it's crazy, for $200, the Phantom White Gore-Tex drops. Demand is prevalent for these, but retail is pretty high, so there is a potential for small profit here, and sneakers does have free returns, which means there's no risk, so feel free to try your luck when it comes to these on sneakers. Then the last one for November 1st, and then we'll move on to November 2nd. If anyone's in Japan or near Atmos Tokyo specifically, try to grab a pair of these Air Force One SBY. There is certainly decent profit to be made when it comes to these, but now moving on to November 2nd, for $200, the Yeezy 500 Soft Vision will be dropping. Sizes under 9 should be lunch money or so, and sizes under 7 should be decent profit, at least this far out. I'll keep you guys updated though. And another crazy day, we have more drops November 2nd for $350. The Oatmeal Fear of God Airs are going to be dropping. I've seen from a lot of you guys this actually is your favorite colorway, and I don't blame you. It's extremely nice, very universal sneaker. You should expect there to be good profit to be made on these, especially sizes under 10. When it comes to these Air Fear of God ones, the smaller sizes always tend to do a little bit better. Now, for $160, we'll see the Unc Jordan One Fearless. This is perhaps my favorite release of the entire month, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. If not, of course, there still are plenty of other drops to discuss. So despite high stock when it comes to these, just like the other releases, just like the other Fearless pair, these will still perform very, very well, much better than the brown pair, specifically because demand is much higher and stock is slightly lower as well. Then for $175, the Kobe 4 Protro Snake drops. It would be lunch money at best, likely not even, so I would not suggest sleeping for personal though. If you did want a personal pair, they are expected to sell out, but you should not buy these with resale intentions. Then moving on, we have the Kyrie 5 Keep the Sue Fresh for $140. Recent demand for Kyries have illustrated potential lunch money for these, and of course sneakers does have free returns. If you did want to go for them here, there's no risk at all. Moving to November 5th now, with the 1st and the 2nd out of the way. I know they're extremely crazy days. For November 5th for $150, we will be seeing the Kendrick Lamar React Element 55. There should be small profit to be made when it comes to these in all sizes, and if you did want a personal, definitely don't sleep on these because they will sell out. Moving on to November 11th for $200, the Clot Air Force One will be having their US drop. As you guys already saw, we saw the disaster, the drop that Juice tried to host, where they disabled shipping. It was a terrible experience. We have another chance to cop these now via US retailers. These are extremely profitable despite the retail of this Air Force One being doubled what most Air Force Ones are going for. You shouldn't expect these to do as well as the white pair, but still significant profit and an incredible margin when it comes to these. Moving to November 14th for $190 each, the off-white Nike Vapor Street from the women's track and field collection will be dropping. You should expect a similar outcome to what we saw with the Kygers, which was essentially a very small profit, and it did decline over time. It was specifically really high at first because Nike delayed shipping, so you shouldn't expect anything like that right off the bat, but still, you should certainly try to sell these as fast as possible. For November 9th, we will be seeing the great Air Jordan 1 Mid for $130. All sizes when it comes to these should be profitable despite it being a Jordan 1 mid. I know usually with mids you tend to stick to sizes under 10, but these are quite limited, and at least right now demand has illustrated that these should be profitable in all sizes, at least a small profit in the larger sizes, and then of course much better in the smaller sizes. We'll see that we're going to be mentioning a lot of these special Jordan 1 mids because they're all releasing this month, part of the whole Fearless collection. And then on November 11th for $225, the Island Green Jordan 5s are going to be dropping. Likely you will be able to find these on sale, so I would not stress too much over it. Even if not on sale, you should definitely be able to find these for cheaper on the secondary market, even though, you know, they are a nice shoe, I won't deny that. November 15th for $200, the Lebron 17 red carpet drops. I would highly suggest waiting for sale prices when it comes to these. I know they're an all-red sneaker. You might think that there's some demand on that, but when it comes to these Lebron 17s, there's a significant amount of stock, and just Nike basketball hype in general has sort of died down, so if you did want a personal pair, I would suggest waiting for a sale price or until you can find these for cheaper on the secondary market. Also, November 15th for $130, the Melody mid drops. This is just another one of those Jordan 1 mids, and the same deal essentially with these as the other ones. Expect there to be decent profit to be made. November 16th for $230, we will finally be seeing the Yeezy 380 Alien. This sneaker has obviously been extremely hyped up and extremely anticipated for a long period of time, so demand is certainly very high despite what a lot of people are saying about the aesthetics of the sneaker. All sizes should be profitable when it comes to these, but just like any Yeezy, expect smaller sizes to be more profitable, specifically sizes under 7, but yeah, you shouldn't be too worried about these. Should definitely be able to make a good amount of profit. Then moving to November 22nd for $130, the Phantasm, if that's how you pronounce it, apologies if not, the Jordan 1 mids are going to be dropping, and again, just the same deal. We'll mention the final mid a little bit later, but yeah, decent profit to be made when it comes to these. And of course, if you do want a personal, you don't want to be sleeping on any sizes. Moving to November 23rd, Yeezy 500 Stone drops. There's certainly easy profit to be made when it comes to these in sizes under 7, and perhaps even sizes under 9, that of which I'm not too sure about. And if you were interested in personals for your kids or whatever, these are coming in a full family size run. Moving to November 29th for $160, the Who Said Men Were Not Supposed to Fly Jordan 1s are going to be dropping. There should be easy money to be made with sizes under 10, although I'm not expecting it to be too significant. Still easy money that you can't pass up on, and it should be easy for most of you guys to be able to cop a size under 10. Also, the 29th, the Mason mids dropped for $130. Again, this was the final one I wanted to mention for today's video. These all the mids I mentioned today, those all should be decent profit, unlike what you've seen with previous mids where you tend to want to stick to sizes under 9 or perhaps even under 10. On the other hand, these should do much better. November 30th, finally, to end it off, for $220, the Yeezy Black restock will occur. Full family size run, of course, and this is an extremely large restock, but despite it being a very large restock, there's also extremely high demand when it comes to these, similar to how there's very high demand when it comes to those cream whites. It's just a very universal sneaker, and of course, even the general population who isn't really into sneakers, they're going to be wanting to get pairs of these. So all sizes under 7 in men's are going to be profitable, and even 7.5 to 12 you should be able to get some small profit out of. And finally, just one release I wanted to finish it off of with no confirmed date. For $160, the Travis Scott Air Force One Lowe's with the zippers will be dropping. There's of course going to be incredible profit to be made on these, despite it being a little higher of a retail compared to other Air Force Ones where most are usually $100 100 or even 130. In this case, $160, but still expect an incredible margin, obviously, when it comes to these, but I'm sure you guys already knew that. So with that, I'm going to end it off for today's video. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like, or if you happen to learn a thing or two, also feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications just to stay 100% updated on anything I mentioned today or for future hyped releases. With that, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
The F to the double O, even the T. Get that big foot away from me. Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
Why you hurting me with your foot? Can't you find somewhere else to keep it put? Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
Mom always told me not to play.